Welcome back visionaries to my latest video. In this video, I'll be breaking down as well as reviewing all the Oscar nominations for 2024, and I'll also be talking about snubs and surprises of this year. So first, let's look at the supporting role category for a male actor. Robert Downey Jr. has been on a winning streak this entire award season. He was just really brilliant in playing the main antagonist of Oppenheimer, Louis Strauss. And this is probably his best acting in my personal opinion. The only other person who can come close to beating him would be Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Both are very talented actors in my opinion, but Robert Downey Jr. has been going at it for a much longer time, and it's about time they finally give him his Oscar. My personal favorite performance in this category will be Robert De Niro. For me, it's basically the battle of the Roberts, but I still think Robert Downey Jr. should win that Oscar. The only major snub I can think of is probably Willem Dafoe for Poor Things, but I can't really call it a snub because Mark Ruffalo did get nominated for the same movie. Also, it's great to see Sterling K. Brown here from American Fiction. I think he's a really talented actor. He's won many Emmys, about 3 I think, and a lot of Emmy nominations, and this is his first Oscar nomination, so congratulations to him. Next, let's look at the costume design. My vote will be on Poor Things because it's really amazing. The only other film that comes close to this would either be Barbie or Killers of the Flower Moon in this category. And I'm pretty sure Napoleon and Oppenheimer do not stand a chance of winning in this category. Next, let's look at makeup and hairstyling. Poor Things will probably win this too. I was pretty surprised to see Golda, as this was a movie not getting a lot of representation at award ceremonies, so I'm happy to see they included it. I've not seen Golda, no clue what it's about, but it's great to see a more esoteric movie being represented. Next, we have live action short film. To be fair, I've only seen The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar by Wes Anderson and Stephen Rail, so I cannot comment on this category. Animated short film, I've seen none of those, so I'm not going to say much about it. Let's go to adapted screenplay. This was an interesting category this year. I actually thought Killers of the Flower Moon would be one of those movies getting nominated because I absolutely love it. It's actually my favorite movie of 2023. And I was pretty surprised to see that it did not get nominated. Nonetheless, this is the Oppenheimer Awards. I doubt any movie here has a chance of winning. Next, let's look at the original screenplay category. Yeah, it's going to be The Holdovers. If it doesn't, then probably Anatomy of a Fall or Past Lives. I haven't seen May December yet because it's not released in Singapore yet. It's only getting released here on 22nd Feb. But then again, it's getting a lot of love, so I think it might have a chance as well. Also, speaking of Celine Song's Past Lives, this is one of the only few categories where her film actually got nominated. In the past award ceremonies, her film got nominated for way more categories, but now the nominations have gotten lower. So you can call this a snub as well, where this film is getting snubbed for a few categories. Next, let's look at supporting actress. 4 out of the 5 nominees here are first time nominees. Only Jodie Foster has been nominated before. And this time she's being nominated for a movie called Night, which I've never heard of before looking at the nominations. And she's actually won an Oscar before for The Silence of the Lambs. There was one big surprise here, and that would be America Ferrera getting nominated for Barbie. I believe the biggest reason why she got nominated was her monologue about how women have a tough life in society today. That one monologue that she had in the movie. This surprised me a lot. May December hasn't been released in Singapore, so I don't know what it's about, but I heard a lot of good things about Julianne Moore's performance in that movie, and I haven't heard a single soul praising America's performance in Barbie over Julianne Moore's. So it's actually really surprising to see that America Ferrera got nominated over Julianne Moore. With that, who do I think will win? It's probably Devine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers. She's been getting the most love in the award season in this category, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna win. Then let's look at the best original song category. What Was I Made For from Barbie will probably win. Let's face the facts, this is the Barbie Awards. In all award seasons that I've seen, Barbie is the movie that's been winning it. It's either What Was I Made For or I'm Just Ken, but What Was I Made For is probably going to win because it's been getting the most wins so far. But it'd be funny to see I'm Just Ken win though. And they have the song from Killers of the Flower Moon, which is new because I did not see that coming since it didn't get nominated before. I'm happy to see it though. If this wasn't here, it will probably be Dance the Night by Dua Lipa. But hey, Barbie already got 2 nominations. Let's give other movies a chance here. Also, just curious, was anyone disappointed that Peaches didn't get nominated from the Super Mario Brothers movie. Then we have the Original Score Award. Oppenheimer will win this. There's no competition. Some people were disappointed to see that Indiana Jones over Spider-Verse was here. And yeah, if you're mad, then your feelings are warranted. This was probably the best score by Ludwig Göransson, so he's clearly gonna win it. I have not seen any documentary this year, so I'm skipping both categories. Let's go to International Feature. Only seen Society of the Snow, but Zone of Interest is getting a good word of mouth too. Then we can look at Animated Film. Across the Spider-Verse will win. I understand that The Boy and the Heron won for the Golden Globes, but from my research, not many people in the Hollywood foreign press who voted for the Golden Globes are part of the Oscars voting, which is approximately 10,000 people. So there's a huge difference and not many people will vote for both, so I can see the Oscars voting more for Spider-Verse. One thing that really made me happy was that instead of going for the much bigger films like Super Mario Bros. Movie, which was the highest grossing movie of the year before Barbie overtook it, they went for the smaller films too, like Robot Dreams. And I was hoping they would include Makoto Shinkai's latest film, Suzume, or even Slam Dunk, but it's alright if they didn't make it because I was still happy with this lineup anyways. Then we are looking at production design. This is a pretty interesting lineup. I can see all these movies win, but I think Poor Things might take the top spot. Then we are looking at film editing. It's either Jennifer Lame for Oppenheimer or Killers of the Flower Moon, Thelma Schoonmaker. Thelma Schoonmaker is an experienced editor. She's been in the industry for a long time. So is Jennifer Lame. I think it's between these two, but I think Oppenheimer will win this one. Oppenheimer will edge Killers of the Flower Moon because from what I'm seeing, Oppenheimer is getting more love in this category. Then there's sound. Happy to see that The Creator and Mission Impossible 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1 are getting some love, although those movies were not very financially successful. And Zone of Interest too, but Oppenheimer is winning this judging by the previous award seasons. Then we have VFX. Again, happy to see The Creator and Mission Impossible 7 getting some love despite the lack of financial success of those movies. And god damn, Godzilla Minus One getting nominated too. I did not see that coming. I know it was in the front runner for this category, but I did not see that coming at all. This is probably the biggest W in the nominations. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 might just win this one. Then we are looking at cinematography. I think Hoyte van Hoytema will win for Oppenheimer. It's just that immersive of a film, and if you look at all the film awards up to this point, he's been the one winning so far. Then let's look at actor, best actor in a lead role. I believe Cillian Murphy will win this for Oppenheimer. Paul Giamatti might have won for the Critics' Choice Awards, but I still believe that Cillian Murphy has a way better shot at this because Oppenheimer has a much more bigger appeal and a much more bigger audience compared to The Holdovers, which is for a more limited audience, as more people would have seen Oppenheimer, so it's probably getting more love. Then we have Best Actress. As much as I want Lily Gladstone to win, I believe Emma Stone has a bigger shot at winning here. In this category, a lot of people were complaining on social media that Margot Robbie didn't get nominated, but to be fair, this year the acting category is stacked with some really great acting, and Barbie isn't Margot Robbie's best performance, if you ask me. I think I, Tonya was still her best performance because of the range she showed through her acting in that movie. And do I think that Margot Robbie deserves to be nominated here? Not really, because this is a really strong category this year. There's a lot of competition here. Despite having the biggest box office success, I still don't think that, her acting stood out more than any of these nominations. In fact, these nominees had much better acting than she had in Barbie, in my personal opinion. Then let's look at directing. Once again, a lot of people were complaining that Greta Gerwig was not nominated, and I believe that is a testament to how competitive this category was this year, which shows that there were a lot of good movies this year. That shows that there were a lot of well-directed movies this year, and Oppenheimer is gonna win. That's the end of that. And last but not least, let's look at Best Picture. So far, Oppenheimer has the biggest chance here, but there are a lot of good movies. Like, I did not expect The Zone of Interest to be here. If you're not aware, The Zone of Interest is a film from UK about the Jewish Holocaust. I doubt the film has come to Singapore, so I probably cannot see it right now. But what I heard, it's a really powerful movie. It's a movie that's not released in Singapore yet, so that sucks, but Hopefully it gets released in the future. I'm still waiting for Godzilla Minus One, by the way. It's not released in Singapore. And you know what's the sad part? Godzilla X Kong already got pre-sales in Singapore. Nonetheless, it's a really tough year. It's a really great year for movies. Furthermore, in terms of nominations, Oppenheimer scored the biggest goal here because it has the most nominations this year. 13 nominations. Now that's insane. But I do have one major complaint about the Oscars this year. Why on earth is Jimmy Kimmel hosting again? I wouldn't mind if Zazie Beetz. I would actually prefer if Zazie Beetz and this guy was actually the ones who are hosting. I think they would be a much better host than Jimmy Kimmel. Why is he the one hosting? I don't get it. Other than that, I don't have any other qualms and I can't wait to see the Oscars this year.